Welcome back to the Michael Maher Show, everyone. Today is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021, episode 68. We got a great episode today. I'm joined by Paolo Dizon, freelance videographer, photographer in the Nova area, Northern Virginia, featured on SportsCenter, Overtime, many other media outlets. Thank you for joining me today. And the first question that I got for you, jump right into it, is how did you get started with photography and videography, and when did it become a big passion of yours?
Oh, well, first thing, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. So I played basketball at a young age, actually until recently. That was kind of like my main thing. My dad always used to just take pictures and videos of me. And I created my own highlight videos of myself that I can post on YouTube and show my friends and stuff. And at the same time, I was a big gamer too. I played a lot of Minecraft as a kid.
Shout out.
So, I had a, little Minecraft YouTube channel. That's how I really learned how to edit. Through that, I also knew how to, use Photoshop. Of course, basics of video editing, that really helped me out, getting familiar with software and stuff. And keep in mind, I was 12, 11 years old. And I never knew that it would lead up to something like this that I have right now. So yeah, one of my coaches in the 7th grade, his name's Noel Abusan. He's one of my biggest inspirations. He right now works in Denver, Colorado for a medical marijuana company called Very Heal. And he does all their media, all their pictures, all their videos. So he had a camera. He always brought it around to our tournaments and stuff, and made videos for other people in the organizations, during our basketball games. And yeah, he kind of inspired me to buy a camera my freshman year of high school. That's when my freshman year of high school, I played JV basketball. After my JV games, I would get my camera and record the varsity games. And that's kind of how I got a feel for the cinematics and stuff, and how to set your settings, kind of stuff like that. And it was kind of hard to get customers at first. People wouldn't always reach out to me. People would kind of decline me if I, offered to make them a mixtape for X amount of money. I don't know. It was hard to get my foot off the ground and, kind of trying to get the ball rolling. But at that time, basketball was my main focus. And this was kind of just a little hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure for you, when you first started doing podcasts, was it hard to, get people on?
Yeah, dude. So actually my first 10, I just did by myself, because I just thought I would just get in front of a microphone and just go at my own pace. And then, once COVID started, that's when I started getting guests. And then it started with just my friends. And my first 30 episodes were just with people that I have known for years. And then I got into reaching out to people through emails, like how I got a hold of you.
Yeah, I mean, same thing for me, really. For quarantine, throughout that whole time, I didn't really get to play basketball or anything. I got a few projects to edit. People would send me videos and film. That's the bare minimum that I would do. But once things started to open back up, football season started. That was spring of this year. So I just bought a new camera. It was a Sony A6500. So, I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but, it did the job. Last year, I basically only covered South County. After the first 2 games, I reached out to a company called Sequel. It's called Sports Equality. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's basically a recruiting company. They help athletes reach out to coaches and build their profile, stuff like that. And one of the games that I recorded, it was against West Springfield, South County versus West Springfield. I don't know if you've heard of Brock Spalding, but he made a one-handed catch. And that was the first video that kind of went viral, or was shared all over the place. It made an appearance on Max Preps, the Check Down, and overtime season. That was a big one too. But yeah, that's kind of what got me motivated to start. And I was like, yeah, I got this talent, got to keep going strong with it, keep the momentum, keep it going.
Yeah. Now, if you don't mind saying, like, what year are you in school right now?
I'm a senior in high school. So this is like, my third year, like doing this stuff.
Yeah.
But I really didn't take it seriously, like as a job or something that like my main thing until very earlier this year, like spring.
So like, are you obviously like, I hope you're like, are you taking this into consideration, like where you go to college? Like when you go to school, do you want to like keep growing the business at like, the collegiate level with your recordings?
Yeah. So I'm only applying to Virginia schools for now, just like in state. What was a big factor was if they had like a basketball team or a football team. That was a big decision because obviously I want to cover them while I'm there. And yeah, I definitely want to build my business, keep the ball rolling, why stop?
Dude, Tech would be sick for that. I mean, I think that'd be perfect because I mean, their football games, the atmosphere is wild, but
insane.
Yeah, I went to so many, dude. But I went to Tech basketball game last night. They played Radford, so a couple of my friends, we went to it. And like for a Monday night game at 7:00, you would think like it's not gonna be that crowded. Stadium was probably like 85% filled. Like there was easy like 8,000 people there. So yeah, you would make some great content at those games.
Yeah, so I bet the culture there is just like sports, everything.
Yeah, dude, nothing but sports. I mean, they're not like that great. I mean, basketball, they're looking pretty decent this year. Like they're undefeated, but as far as like football, I mean, they're always like, they'll compete, but they don't usually like take off. But that being said, every single game is sold out for football. One of the best entrances in college football history, like the tradition at that school. But another question that I have for you is like, what's the overall process for your projects? Like from booking it to filming it, editing it, and ultimately promoting it?
So the majority of sports games that I shoot are for sequel. So in terms of sports, I tell sequel what I want to shoot. Usually athletes will DM me. Like there's a lot of athletes who DM me. They're like, do you want to, or can you come out for a mix? Can you do this? Da, da, da. But I don't have to charge them necessarily a full price because sequel pays me to shoot them. As long as they're a part of their platform. Sequel pays me to go out and shoot them. But a lot of my stuff now, I really get to choose what I want to shoot. I don't really like 90% of what I shoot, like I get to pick. But usually people like that I'm really close with, like my guy Robert Banez at All Pro Reels, like he'll reach out to me and say, do you want to shoot UMD basketball? Do you want to shoot UMD football? Do you want to shoot the WNBA? And I'll just be like, yeah, sure. And then, that's how I get booked for that. In terms of editing, usually I try to get it done like the week after, at least like the latest the week after. I'd say I like work pretty quick. I like to post like football videos as soon as possible, try to keep it like relevant. Obviously, like it's kind of hard, but Friday Night Football, like I'll try to get it done, like a lot of the work done that night, and then try to post like the afternoon the next day or like 11 a.m. the next day.
That's a quick process.
Relevant. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and honestly, that's what helped me grow like a lot, because say like people who weren't there, they want to see, what happened, and like my video is a way for them to like experience it themselves, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
In terms of promotion, mainly it's story reposts on Instagram. That's like my main thing. And TikTok, if you are a cameraman, if you're a videographer, you need TikTok, because I think TikTok is the easiest way to grow. Their algorithm really gets you like your audience. Like it's so crazy how like they find your audience for you. As long as you put out like really good content, you keep it consistent, like TikTok will find that audience for you. And literally just off of one video, I've already gotten like 40,000 followers, something like that. It's like crazy. It's just like, honestly, with TikTok, it's just exponential. I think once you get, your first video gets, a decent amount of likes, decent amount of views, then your next one will do better. Then your next one will do better. And then you'll just have one that just like, blows up. And,
yeah. TikTok is like definitely one of the best apps, like not just for like just entertainment aspect, but like you said, growing your platform. But have you seen like out of those 40,000, do you get like decent engagement back on your like your projects?
Yeah, so like I'll just post something and there'll be like a few people that say like I'm first, something like that. And they'll just be like, bro, your videos are fire, keep it up, stuff like that. It's just like it is motivating. So
Hmm.
but yeah, there's obviously just like a few like there's like repeating like people who, like that'll comment on like every video, and like there'll be some people that I follow already, like that are somewhat famous, and like I'll just see that like, wait, when did I become friends with this guy? Like, did they really follow me back? I'm like,
That's
oh, they
sick.
just followed me from that one video that blew up. And it's just like, dang, like it's so easy. I wouldn't say it's so easy, but it's just um it's just like a good opportunity to grow. Like TikTok has really like changed, um I think media just in general, social media, everything. um yeah, TikTok is just like a vehicle you can use, and
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Now for
crazy.
editing your videos, like specifically your high school football games, you said on Friday
Mhm.
you'll try to have it out the following day. How many
Yep.
hours does it take, like, of grinding to get that final product ready for Saturday?
Um, so I usually go through and label the clips. Like I'd say I'm pretty organized. I like to label the clips so I know what each one is, just in case, I try to go back to it later, or if I need it or need to send it to someone. I like to keep that organized. That usually takes, I would say at most 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how many clips I have. What a big time saver is, like during the game, if it's just a bad clip, I like to delete it on the spot. Before I wouldn't, so I would just have like endless amounts of footage to go through. Um, yeah, I like to delete on the spot. In terms of editing, it depends. Like, have you ever heard of like writer's block? Like,
Mm-mm.
if like an author like is writing something, or like if someone's like writing an essay or like writing a paper and they just like get mentally like stuck. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, no, I'm following.
so usually I'll have like a groove, like I'll be editing, I'll just be like, dang, like I'll think of this, I'll think of that, like I'll cut it here, cut it there. Sometimes I'll get like a block where I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm just forcing it, it doesn't look good. That's when I just like go to sleep and like do it the next day. But if I'm in the groove, I can get it done in like an hour or 2 hours, maybe three. Like at it, like normally it would take like about 2.5, 2 hours, but
Nice. And
it really depends.
so since you started, like, what's like your overall like favorite video, or like your favorite couple of videos that you've made?
Favorite video? Okay, there's a tie between two. There's South County versus Madison that I did not last year, last season. I think it was like April. And this summer, thanks to sequel, I went to Spooky Nuke in Pennsylvania. I made a recap video for the Hoop Group Spooky Nuke Jam Fest tournament, and that was probably my best basketball video I've ever made. But yeah, that got me a good connection with Hoop Group. My main goal for that tournament was really to just like try to get a connection with them and hopefully do some like future gigs with them. And yeah, I'd say it paid off.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so like when you're trying to like connect with these people at these showcases or at these tournaments or games and stuff, like, do you have business cards, or like how do you approach them?
Oh, I think my best investment is business cards. I bought like 1,000 for like $30. It was like really cheap, but like literally just having them in my pocket, going up to players after games, I'm just like, hit me up, hit me up. It just gets you so many customers, and people really take you seriously when it's just at the tip of their fingers. Like they can just, call you, they can text you, they can email you, DM you,
Yeah.
anything. I think that was my best investment. Like I'll leave business cards like at gyms. The local gym in Alexandria District Sports Center, I always have my business cards out there. I'm always there, always shooting there. I'm actually always playing there too. But yeah, just business cards. That was the best, probably the best decision I've ever made.
That's
To be
definitely,
honest.
I definitely need to invest in some business cards, because there's been opportunities where like I'm connecting with people and I'll end up just giving them my phone number, and I feel like it's just easier and more professional to give them a card. Now, looking down the line a little bit, what's your ideal occupation, and like ultimately where would you like to live, or where would you like to be stationed for your work?
Honestly, I haven't really put much thought into it. I'm still in high school, so I
Yeah,
mean,
you
I
got
got
plenty
some
of time.
time. So, um, I think my ideal job right now, maybe like social media, like working in social media, or like being a marketing manager or something like that, to control what a company like posts on social media or like their marketing campaigns. I don't know. I just think I have like a certain eye for it sometimes. I think my like creativity could really help a company in that aspect. In terms of location, honestly, I'd like to stay here too, because I just think here we have like the best like basketball competition and talent. I just think our football, like our culture here, in terms of like football too, I think it's great. I think the whole community comes out to like local football games and stuff. A lot of my family is here. My parents, they moved here from the Philippines, and a lot of their siblings and a lot of my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they all moved here too. So, yeah, I'd probably stay here. But if I were to go anywhere else, probably California. I just think they have a lot more opportunities over there too. Obviously, you got like sports teams like the Lakers. I don't know, so like a few high schools over there, like Sierra Canyon. They're like a big school over there too. I just think there's a lot of opportunities there, especially in the creative space. I know a lot of actors and stuff, they want to move to LA just they're like Hollywood for the endless opportunities they have over there. But yeah, for the creative space, I think that would be like a good second choice. But
for basketball games, do you ever film at like Paul VI or DeMatha or Gonzaga or any of those? Because I went to a DeMatha Paul VI game like 3 years ago. One of my friends took me there, and I mean, it was like a college basketball game. Like the atmosphere of that was wild. So have you ever filmed any there?
So I didn't really take. I really only took football until like the summer of this year. Like I would just do, obviously, like after my JV games, I would film the basketball team. But this summer I did like a lot of AAU. I haven't really gotten a chance to film like schools, like play against each other. I just know there was a summer league at District Sports Center. I filmed like Gonzaga. I did film Paul VI, but they didn't really play like their starters or anything. I think a few of them were hurt. But yeah, like St. John's, like a few of those private schools were there, but I haven't really gone to an official like regular season or like playoff game where the atmosphere is different. The crowd's like getting into it and stuff. And yeah, I haven't really been to any of those. Like I know DeMatha holds like a tournament like sometime in the winter. But yeah, I've never been really to like a DeMatha or PBI game. Yeah.
Now this question is just kind of like on the spot, but when you're going to an event or a sporting game, do you have an idea of like the video that you want to make and like the storyline that you kind of want to tell with it, like filming the crowd, filming the warm-ups and stuff like that? Or do you kind of just play it by ear and whatever you can film on the moment you can?
I try to visualize what I want it to look like. I kind of have a feel for what I want football videos to look like. I'll have a feel what basketball videos want to look like, but obviously it varies from team to team. Like one team, like for example, Madison, right? Madison, they really just run the ball. They like to run the ball. They'll hardly pass it. I'd have to make a different video for them compared to someone like South County, where they do pass the ball a lot, or Stonebridge, they do pass the ball a lot.
Shout out Stonebridge. That's where I went.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to say Stonebridge versus Broad Run game, that was the best game I've ever filmed for football. Like hands down. I think that's the best game.
Yeah, that's actually how I got connected with you is I was because I have been at school, so I wasn't able to check out the game. So I was on YouTube and or social media. I think I was on both. But anyway, I came across your montage of it. And then that's how I got connected with you.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great to hear, bro. Like actually, how did you even like find it?
I think it was just on my Explore page. Because I was thinking I was just I think it literally just popped up on my Explore page because I've seen
that's
you
crazy.
And I've seen what's the other one? Con Clips. Yeah, I've seen him and
you should get him on the show. He's
I would love to, honestly. I mean, I love what you guys are doing, and like you're repping our area well. I mean, there's no one out there besides you two that make the type of videos for our area. So, I mean, props to you guys, honestly. All the power to you.
Appreciate it, man.
Since you started your business a handful of years ago and you've progressively grown, what's been the most rewarding part of your success?
Honestly, I just think the stuff that I take, the stuff that I captured, like the plays, the pictures, everything, I just think they're priceless. Like if these athletes look at them 10, 20 years from now, like they're going to be happy that, you know, they have something to look back at or something to look back on. Yeah, I just think it's really priceless. Like, I think it's just a way for me to give back too. Like, it's also giving me like a vehicle to, you know, capture moments. You know, they're just priceless. I think that's the most rewarding part, really. I don't think like the money has anything to do with it, really. It's just like the sentimental value, really, of taking these like videos and pictures. Like someone captioned one of the videos I made. It's just like, thank you for capturing these moments throughout this year. And it's like, it's his senior year. So he's going to look back on that for like the rest of his life, really. So yeah, I just think it's priceless.
You're definitely doing it for all the right reasons, Paolo. So I love keeping up with it. But have you faced any challenges along the way? I mean, I'm sure you have, but that you could talk about?
Well, starting off, I kind of mentioned this before, but like getting customers or like people to, you know, get a mixtape, it's kind of, I'd say it's hard at first, but honestly, I think it's exponential. Once you get one, it's kind of like how I explained TikTok before. It's just like, once you get one, you'll get another, and then you get another, and then more people will keep asking and more and more and more. But yeah, I'd say at first, you know, getting customers and stuff, finding your own style. Obviously people can take like, I mean, I'm guilty of this too. Like I'll take a few like effects and stuff from other people. But it's all about building your own style too, which also makes you different. In terms of like really taking the videos, like during football games, I think one of the challenges I have is being at the right place at the right time. Because obviously you don't really know where the ball's going, if that makes sense. Like you could be on one side of the field and it could go to another, and it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, be at the right place, but yeah, especially starting off, I think that's really the main challenge that I've had, was just starting off. But once you get the ball rolling, like once you keep the momentum going, like it's just up from there, for real.
A question that kind of ties into the last one is, like, what are your initial thoughts when a crazy play happens and you catch it on camera? And like an example I can use is from your YouTube video or from your Instagram profile. Brock pointed to you, like what he was running down the sideline. Wasn't that was you, right? And he pointed at your camera, and then that blew up all over like Sports Center and like all over the place. Do you like feel in the moment when a play like that happens, like, damn, like that might be the clip that blows up? Yeah.
I mean, honestly, now actually when I filmed that clip right there, I didn't think anything. Well, I mean, I did think something of it. I was like, damn, that was, you know, that was tight. Like that was tough. But now that like now when I'm filming and I'll see like a big play, I'll be like, damn, this is like potential. Like this could blow up. Like TikTok could, you know, take this to many different places. Like obviously back then, like honestly, that clip of Brock pointing to the camera, that happened at the beginning of the season. That was like 2 months ago, and I really only posted it like a few weeks ago. You know, just like
it's a savage clip. It's a savage clip.
Yeah. I was like obviously, a lot of stuff happens during the game, and it's just like when that one big thing happens now, it's just like, damn, this could be a big like growing moment for me and for the player too. And same thing, like I said before about the rewarding part, like that player will look back on that and just be like, damn, that blew up. Like that really, you know, like they can look back on it and just be like, dang, I really did that.
Yeah. That's sick. All right. One of the last questions that I have for you is, could you give some advice to aspiring content creators that kind of want to get down the same avenue as you, or even, you know, maybe not directly sports related, but, you know, just videography and photography in general?
In general, let's see. Obviously, you guys need to be creative. I know that's easy to say, but yeah, you got to be creative. You got to find ways to be different. You can't really be the same as, you know, other people, or else, you know, they'll just like see the same thing. And when you start off, the reason why I didn't really have much success finding customers is I didn't build my portfolio first. You need to have something to show people. Like for example, for yours, for your podcast, like if you try to bring someone on that's like, I don't know, big time, and they see that you only have like 2 episodes, they're gonna be like, is this legit? Like, you know, something like that. You need to build a portfolio first. Like people will like,
excuse me,
you know, like people will like take you serious. You know, just have like your own style. Obviously, like it's a form of practice too. Like you'll get better at it the more stuff you do. you don't really need, actually, hold on. One more thing. You don't really need like an expensive camera to start. Like I started with like a $200, $300 camera. You know, compared to, you know, what I have now, that's just like, that's really cheap. And as long as you make it work, that's the same thing, like ties in with your creativity. Yeah, you just, you don't really need much to start. You kind of just need your creativity, like a laptop, a cheap camera, like even your phone. Honestly, like I've seen a lot of people make good things with their phone. Like one of my biggest inspirations, Noel Busan, my coach in 7th grade, like he really only used his phone before he got a camera. Like everything was shot on his like iPhone 6. And if you take a look at his videos, you'll be like, this is like really good quality. Like he really made it work, and he was just like really creative with it. In terms of like buying stuff, don't make like purchases. Like when I buy like equipment and stuff, I don't really think of it as a purchase. I think of it as like an investment. Because those investments will in turn, like, you know, you'll make your return, and like after that, it's just like you're just going up from there. And like, yeah, if you just think in that way, you know, that's just like a great like business mindset. And like for me, that's just like really what helped me out.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, and it enhances the quality of your stuff. Like you said, like
yeah,
reinvesting back into your business. It's not like you're buying something that you can't utilize to make your content better.
yeah, for sure. But just like for you, like buying a new mic or buying a new camera, you know, getting like studio lighting, stuff like that. It's just like,
Yeah.
you can use that.
Dude, I still like when I'm in person, like every now and then I'll do interviews in person. And I
Mhm.
still to this day, just I don't know if you can see it, but I still use my iPhone. Like I started the entire podcast on my iPhone. It's the 11. So, I mean, it has like, you know, decent frames per second and everything. And I feel the need
Yeah,
that like you, for at least for podcasting, it's different because it's just one angle the entire time. So for you, it is a little different, but I completely agree. I mean, there's no need to buy all this equipment, like waste money if you're not going to truly work at it. Because a lot of kids will
yeah,
just buy the
exactly.
equipment thinking that that's just going to take off for them. And
That's
it's
the
not.
key. Like some
Yeah.
people, sorry,
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
like some people would think like buy this expensive camera, buy this expensive lens, like boom, I'm top tier. That's like really not how it works. It's just
Yeah,
like,
dude, not at all.
yeah, you kind of just have to make use of what you have, and like from there, then you can get, you know, you can get the good gear. You can get like the super like cinematic lenses and stuff. Like you kind of just got to get creative first, and then you can start creating with the big time stuff. But
Yeah. Hey, Paolo, man, I appreciate you coming on the podcast today. It was great talking to you and meeting you. And I mean, I can't wait to see the content that you continue to make for our area. Cause like I said, that's how I'm able to keep up with Loudoun County football, at least is through you and through Con Clips. So man, keep it up. Please follow
Thank you.
Paolo on Instagram at paulo.films. Where else can everyone find you at?
Twitter, Paolo_films. You can check out my website, paolofilms.com, and TikTok at paolofilms.
Hey, shout out TikTok, man. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Shout out.
TikTok.
Yeah. I'll have all that in the description. So all you got to do is just scroll down below, check out all of Paulo's, you know, social media accounts and everything like that. Give him a follow, subscribe to him. Please also like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But today I was joined by Paolo Dizon, freelance videographer, photographer in the Loudoun County area, featured on Sports Center, Overtime, many other outlets. And we definitely haven't seen the last year in your content. And I can't wait to keep up with you the rest of your career and, you know, keep this connection. And I'll definitely have you back on the podcast in a little bit. I'd love to, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
No problem, guys. Or no problem, bro. But yeah, guys, today was Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. This is episode 68 of the Michael Maher Show, and I'll see you guys next week.